The Battle of MACTAN, fought on April 27, 1521, is a pivotal event in Philippine history, marking a significant encounter between indigenous Filipinos and European explorers. This battle, which took place on the shores of MACTAN Island in the Philippines, saw the death of Ferdinand Magellan, the Portuguese navigator leading the Spanish expedition that first circumnavigated the globe. Beyond its immediate military significance, the Battle of MACTAN symbolizes the resistance of indigenous peoples against foreign colonization and exploitation. Ferdinand Magellan's expedition, sponsored by King Charles I of Spain, aimed to find a westward route to the Spice Islands, present-day Maluku Islands in Indonesia. The journey began in 1519, with Magellan commanding a fleet of 5 ships. The expedition navigated through the Atlantic Ocean, around the southern tip of South America via the Strait of Magellan, and into the Pacific Ocean. In March 1521, Magellan's fleet reached the Philippines, marking the first European contact with the archipelago. Upon arriving in the Philippines, Magellan established friendly relations with several local chieftains, including Raja Humabon of Cebu. These alliances were partly cemented through religious conversion, as Magellan sought to spread Christianity. Raja Humabon and his followers were baptized, and an alliance was formed between the Spaniards and the Cebuano people. However, not all local leaders were receptive to Spanish overtures. Lapu-Lapu, a chieftain of MACTAN Island, resisted Magellan's demands for submission and conversion to Christianity. Tensions escalated, leading to the confrontation known as the Battle of MACTAN. The conflict was precipitated by Raja Humabon's request for Magellan's assistance in subduing Lapu-Lapu. Eager to demonstrate his power and secure his new alliances, Magellan agreed to assist Humabon. On the evening of April 26, 1521, Magellan and a force of around 60 European soldiers, along with some Cebuano warriors, set out for MACTAN Island. At dawn on April 27, 1521, Magellan's forces landed on MACTAN. However, they faced immediate challenges. The waters around the island were shallow, preventing their ships from approaching the shore closely. As a result, Magellan and his men had to wade through the water to reach the beach, making them vulnerable to attack. Lapu-Lapu's warriors, numbering around 1,500, were well prepared. They used their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, launching a fierce assault on the Spaniards. The battle quickly turned chaotic, with hand-to-hand combat dominating the encounter. Magellan and his men were outnumbered and outmaneuvered. Despite his experience and armor, Magellan was struck down during the battle. Accounts suggest that he was hit by a bamboo spear and finished off by multiple attackers. His death marked a turning point in the skirmish, leading to the retreat of the remaining Spanish forces. The death of Magellan was a significant blow to the Spanish expedition. Leadership passed to his second-in-command, Juan Sebastián Elcano, who would eventually lead the remaining crew back to Spain, completing the first circumnavigation of the globe. The expedition, however, did not achieve its primary objective of securing a westward route to the Spice Islands during Magellan's lifetime. The Battle of MACTAN had profound implications for the Philippines. It delayed Spanish colonization efforts. The subsequent expeditions faced stronger resistance from indigenous communities emboldened by Lapu-Lapu's victory. The battle also solidified Lapu-Lapu's status as a symbol of resistance against foreign invaders. Today, Lapu-Lapu is celebrated as a national hero in the Philippines, embodying the spirit of independence and defiance. Lapu-Lapu's legacy endures in Filipino culture and history. Monuments and statues commemorating his victory, the Philippines, and his story is taught in schools across the nation. The city of Lapu-Lapu, located on MACTAN Island, bears his name, serving as a living tribute to his resistance against colonization. Much of what is known about the Battle of MACTAN comes from primary sources, such as the accounts of Antonio Pigafetta, an Italian scholar and chronicler who accompanied Magellan on his voyage. Pigafetta's detailed writings provide valuable insights into the events leading up to the battle and its aftermath. However, his perspective as a European observer introduces potential biases that must be considered. Efforts to incorporate indigenous perspectives into the historical narrative have gained traction in recent years. Oral histories and local traditions offer alternative viewpoints that enrich the understanding of the Battle of MACTAN. These sources highlight the valor and agency of Lapu-Lapu and his warriors, presenting a more nuanced picture of the encounter.